What's up, Gab? I'm just getting the link out everywhere so we get as many people joining the fun with us. Gonna get it on Discord and Twitter this time. All right, where's the Twitter? And then we're getting this thing rolling. Here we are. All right, let's get this thing going. So for those who don't know my picks, let me put in the chat and then we'll just put it on the screen. Lines have moved, but we can use our better judgment to figure out which ones are still worth taking or not. It's a big running back week. And Wandale. Whoa. What's up, Vinny? Let me get this up, and then we got some people already in the chat to ask some questions. If I show, here we go. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, I wish it was formatted a little better, but you guys get to just. Oh, somebody had a question, but then left. But regardless, welcome in. If you guys need the link to come up here and ask a question, or if you want to give out a fire pick to everybody, I'm putting the link in the chat right now. So it's right there for you guys. Vinny said Jacobs at 23.5 still good value. Yeah, I'd play it up to honestly like at like 25, 26.5 it loses value, but I mean, I think he gets 30 plus regardless. All right, let's get Dolo up here. Can't tell if he's ready or not because his camera's off, but Dolo, you in here, my man? What's up?
What's going on, bro?
You got a question? Or are you trying to feed everybody with a pick you like?
Yeah, I was just trying to say I like Deshaun Watson pass attempts.
Pass attempts, what's it at? I know he was
It's at 29.
29.5.
No, it's just at 29 even.
Oh, 29 even. All right. I like that. They kind of need him to. I mean, it's his shoulder, which isn't ideal, but I think that just means he runs less. So I don't have any problem with that one.
Mm-hmm.
Against Indy, too. Indy's run defense is good. I like that a lot. Somebody said, or you got anything else you're trying to give us?
Not at the moment. That's the one I like it a lot at the moment.
Love it. Hey, I'll be live pretty much until game time. So you got another one you think's gonna smack? Feel free to come right back up here.
All right, bet.
Appreciate it, man. Take care.
Yep.
We got some people in the chat. Why not Josh Jacobs receptions at 3.5? So I like both for what it's worth. When I posted the receiving yards line, his receptions wasn't even on the board. And then the other thing is his longest reception line is at 11.5. So if you're telling me he's probably getting at least one 10-yard reception, the odds of him not getting another 10 are very slim. Gibbs at 3.5 receptions plus 108, 20.5 receiving yards. It took everything in me not to play it. If I was for sure he was 100% healthy, I would have. My only concern is obviously Dan Campbell said they need him to take the load today, which is getting everybody excited. My concern is if you read the full quote, it's not like, oh, we're so excited for him to get the full load. He's ready. This is what he's been waiting for. It was more like he's not healthy either, but he's all we got, so we're gonna have to rely on him. So I'm kind of reading between the lines a little bit, but I do really like that. Aaron Jones over 2.5 receptions. All depends on his health. If he's 100% healthy, he's gonna soar over that. Devonta Adams anytime touchdown boosted to plus 200 on DraftKings. Is it worth it? They have a pretty good matchup, don't they? Bears, yeah. Go ahead and take that. Cup over 92.5 receiving yards. I like it, and I was gonna play it, but the stat you mentioned about every wide receiver one going over that projection, None of them played out of the slot, which is where Cooper Kupp plays. So take that with a grain of salt. Does the win in Baltimore, Detroit, or Giants, Washington bother you? Yes and no. I think overall the game's going to be fine. It's just those like 30, 40-yard deep bombs aren't going to happen as much. But I think anything like 25 and under is fair game. I saw Raiders were starting Hoyer or O'Connell. How do you feel about that? I feel fine. They actually checked down more than Jimmy Garoppolo, so even better. What else we got? Gibbs over 84.5 yards. I'm probably going to be laddering both Gibbs and Jameson Williams. Jameson Williams over is this line still 17.5? I know that's what it was last night. Let me check real quick, because if it is, I might 16.5 now. That might be worth an official play, honestly. Let me see which book has the best line for him, because he's juiced over 2 receptions, but there's not a single receiver against the Ravens that has gotten 2 receptions and not at least 20 yards. So if I could find Jameson Williams on Pickett, that would be helpful. Give me 2. Here we go, Jameson Williams. Let's see where the best value is on him. So he's minus 140 over 1.5 receptions on DraftKings. So we're assuming he's getting two receptions. His longest reception is at 12.5. So you're telling me his second catch isn't going to go for 5 yards? He's 16.5 on FanDuel. Now, I'm going to be completely honest, guys. That makes no sense, especially knowing the type of player Jameson Williams is. He is a deep threat, speedy guy. So if he gets one crossing route or one ball tossed up to him on the outside, he's going to soar over that line and probably one catch. What else we got? FanDuel tight end boost. Plus 225 yards on Laporta, Waller, and Andrews. Andrews and Laporta, yeah, they're probably all hitting. That's a good line. Steelers or Rams money line. That's a good game, honestly. I'd probably have to lean. God dang, man. Part of me wants to say Steelers just because Deontay's coming back. I think that offense looks better. I'm going to go Steelers. Like Mahomes over 279.5 passing yards against the Chargers. Let me check my projections on that one, actually. Where are we? Here we are. The projections have been solid for the passing yards. So Patrick Mahomes, I haven't projected 270, so there's not much edge on that one. What else we got? Is AJ still up on Sleeper? I should have clarified. I apologize. AJ Brown free square is only for new users. Clay Thompson one is for all users. So again, use my code DRPROFIT to join any of these apps. You see the Diggs and Pitts discounts. AJ Brown is a free square for new users. Clay Thompson is currently a free square. My parlay play card is at the top right. It's 6-man, 6 for 6, gets you 40x payout. It's got a lot of correlation on it and a lot of props that you can't find on any other app. If it's a little blurry here, feel free to check my Twitter. I posted it there. It's much more clear there. Free square on underdog. LeBron James over 0.5 points. And then you see the chalkboard discounts across the bottom. Josh Dobbs, 23.5 rushing. Quarterback rushing yards is a dangerous game because it's super volatile. Mac Jones under 18.5 pass completions. I used your video about how he's not good versus cover 2. Then, yeah, go ahead and rock it. I didn't even get to look at that much, but let me check that out right now. Passing versus cover 2. Man, that makes me so happy to see you guys using that video. That's awesome. All right. Mac Jones. On 24 snaps, he has 70% pass completion, but his yards per attempt is really low. So if you're liking his under completions, his under yards might be the better play there. If I look at last year and this year, because I'm just looking at this year's stats right now. 73% pass completion, 6.2 yards per attempt. So yeah, it's really the yards per attempt that's super bad for him, more so than the completions. But let me see how. I mean, it's still very low compared to other quarterbacks now that I'm looking at it. So I don't hate it. Josh Allen and Mac Jones under 430.5 passing yards. I have it as, let me add Mac Jones to this list. Wait, is he already on there? Yeah, he is. I have him projected to combine for, looks like 405. So I'm good with that. Should I have paid Cup receiving yards or just still play? It's still playable. It's just, it's one of those where it's like, whenever I look for plays that I like, I find a list of like 10 to 15 that I think are in good spots, and then I'll like find ways to be like, oh, but this one has this going on, this one has this going on. So even though it is overall still a good play, if I find like one reason that I think it might not hit, where it's like, let's say it misses after the fact, and I'll be like, oh yeah, it was probably because of this, like something that I recognized before, then I usually stay off of it. But he should soar. It's just the fact that there hasn't been any good slot receivers against Pittsburgh yet, and that's where Cup plays. So it's hard to get a better gauge on him. Steven Adams Steven Adams out for the season? No way. That's such a tough blow. Oh my God. That's horrible. That's so annoying. What the heck? Lauren dapped up Bijan Robinson. That's crazy. Oh, we got any more questions? Anybody that wants to come up here and give out some picks? Feel free. Where did I see what? Oh, it's Steven Adams. It was just tweeted out by, was it Schefter? Shams tweeted it out. Dang, man. That's tough. Jared Goff fantasy score. Only play Jared Goff fantasy score at home. Never do it when he's on the road. Never. Diggs or Davis line. Diggs torches New England, but Bill always tries to take away the number one. That line of reasoning is exactly why I didn't try and play it. Exactly why I stayed away from it. So, yeah, don't play with that one. Saquon against the Cardinals, backup QB in right now. I don't hate it. I just don't think Saquon is entirely healthy, if I'm being completely honest. Those high ankle sprains, they don't. It's not like you rest up for 3 weeks, come back, and then you're back to 100%. It's just, it kind of lingers all season until it gets fixed during the off season. I took Goff over yards. Where's Goff? Oh yeah, he is on the model. Yeah, I do like yards more than what's it called? Fantasy score. I'm gonna try and look up. I think like his touchdowns for home away splits are crazy. If I can pull it up. Where is it? Here we go. Nope, that's not the one I want. Hold on. Here we are. Jared Goff away log. Jared Goff in the last, holy crap. In the last 2 years, he's only gotten 2 passing touchdowns in an away game once. But then if you look at home games, it's like he's gotten at least 2 passing touchdowns in every home game except for like 1 or 2. What are your thoughts on Devonta Adams over 68.5 receiving yards? After what he's been saying in the media, he's got a sore. In the video you posted about your team coverages, do the teams ever change what they play on a weekly basis? So coverages are always going to depend on who is healthy on your defense, your defensive personnel, and then your opponent, obviously. But they usually have a decent foundation. So, like, a team may play cover 3 50% of the time, but then when they go against Josh Allen and they want to stop the run, they might play it 40% of the time and then boost their cover 4 percentage up 10%, something like that. So the foundation usually stays the same, but it varies depending on matchup and defensive personnel of who's healthy and who's not. Terry at 57.5, think he averages over 70 against them. Terry's weird because the Giants allow, I think it's the Giants allow some of the most yards per reception, but then at the same time, it's all yards after the catch. Like their air yards per target is not high, which is kind of where you lean Terry. So it gets a bit weird. Terry should cover. I think I have him projected to cover, but usually when you're looking at Terry, you're looking for the down the field passes, and that's not where the Giants are that weak. And they're weak everywhere, but like you know what I'm saying. Kobe Myers over 3.5 receptions. I know it's a backup quarterback, but that line seems way too low. I'll just say that much. I'm not playing it myself, but I know he's projected crazy numbers on the model. Do you like any of their props in the Raiders or Bears game trying to make a single game parlay? I'd go Adams. I'd go Jacobs, DJ Moore, and whoever the running back is for the Bears. I forget who's healthy and who's not at this point because it's different reports every day. Any favorite props for the Eagles-Dolphins games? Thought about Tyreek under receiving targets at 10.5. Don't take a Tyreek under until further notice. I don't think I'm going to be playing Tyreek solely for the reason that my concern for the game is the Eagles are going to try and run the ball down their throats. And if they do that, they're going to take up so much clock. But then Tua's going to go over there and throw a 50-yard deep bomb anyways to speed the game up. But if the Eagles, the way Vic Fangio plays his defense, it's a bend, don't break defense. So they're going to let them have the run game picking up 5 yards per carry. But they're not going to let A.J. Brown catch a deep ball. So I'm just worried that time of possession is so little for the Dolphins that we don't get as much time as we need. I am kind of, if you were to put me on the spot right now without doing any extra research, I'd say Swift rushing yards and Tua passing yards. But I need to look into it more. I'll post my favorite picks probably after the first round of games, maybe after the second round of games. I'll probably post a video after the first round of games and then my picks after the second round of games. So keep an eye out for that. I'm loving the Michael Mayer receptions and yards line. He's been getting a lot of good usage lately. I don't hate that at all. He's going to get double covered, so he can't be targeted as much. I mean, the Eagles didn't double cover Justin Jefferson, and I have a feeling that every team has tried to cut double Tyreek Hill with minimal success. So that line of reasoning only goes so far, I think. I think when people think that receivers get doubled, I don't think they realize that even when teams double receivers, they only do it for like a small percentage amount of players. Like it's not realistic to double the same receiver all game. You're gonna lose that game very quick. Guys get double covered all the time in the NFL. Exactly. But like even when you get doubled, it's like probably 10 to 20% of snaps, maybe 30 if you're like really like well, KJ Osborne is your wide receiver too, but you have Jalen Waddle, Braxton Berrios, Chase Claypool is going to play now, Cedric Wilson, and then you have the running game that they've been killing. It's like if you double Tyreek, you're kind of asking to lose elsewhere. Mike Evans receiving yards. What do I have him projected? Where is it? Austin. Austin just sent me a message saying that they're watching me. I love that. Austin, if you're still watching, love you, bud. Where are we? Mike Evans. I'm looking at receptions. Hold on. Mike Evans projected his line's at 56.5. I have projected 66. So go ahead and take that over. Any other questions? Looks like we covered most of it. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We got 18 minutes till the game starts. I'll give it a couple more minutes in case anybody else wants to ask any questions. Otherwise, you guys can help me set my fantasy lineups. I had to start Rashid Shaheed in the league the other day. Somehow, oh, he got 4 receptions. I did not realize that. Nice. Starting Justice Hill as my RB1. Will you focus on game for a possible second half prop? For the first round of games and for the primetime game, I will. For the second round of games, there's a chance I might not be home. For the projections, go through each player and predict how they'll perform. I can do that. Give me 1 second. Yeah, let's try. I think I said most of my lineups, but let's go through just in case there's been injury news. That one's fine. I'm in 6 leagues, so this shouldn't take too long. Are we starting Deontay Johnson over Wando Robinson? I think we had, but that's a tough one. Deontay's breaking the touchdown streak today. All right, I'm playing him over Wando. You have my trust. Hold on, Miles Sanders. Oh, I have Josh Downs too, and Tutu. Well, this is frustrating. All right, looks like I'm starting Wandale. Sleeper won't let me take Jamal Williams out of my injured reserve, but they're also not letting me switch anybody out because Deontay is on my injured, or because Jamal Williams is on my injured reserve, even though he shouldn't be. Stafford 1.5 touchdowns. Yes, dude. They legitimately might not throw the ball today or run the ball today. It's gonna be hilarious. All right, guys, we're starting Brian Hoyer as my quarterback in one league. Let's do this. Jameson Williams. No, we'll keep him in over Jackson Smith and Jigba. How's this one looking? Oh, what is going on here? Oh, I have Justin Jefferson injured. That's what's going on here. Oh, let's get Deontay Johnson in there. That's what we're missing. Deontay Johnson in for Daniel Jones. Yeah, that's a good one. We got 2 more leagues. Might be a JSN week if DK Metcalf doesn't play. I think DK Metcalf plays. I think people don't realize how much this guy doesn't miss games. Like, he plays through more than people really like. We understand he's injured and then we forget about it the next week, but then he's realistically playing through that injury for like 3 weeks. And like what is normally like a bad injury too. All right, one more league and then we'll go through the projections for you guys. Do you like Kenny Pickett over 215.5 passing yards with Deontay back? I'd just take Deontay if you think Deontay has that big of an impact, honestly. Oh, wait, I just looked over that one. This is the one we need to look over. All right. Oh, one more league on. Don't play Yahoo, guys. If you ever run a league, do not use Yahoo Fantasy. That's horrible. Geno Smith over 251.5 passing yards. JJ's on that, and you guys know JJ's sharp, so that has my full support. Deontay Johnson. Are we playing? Yeah, we got to play Deontay over Jordan Addison. I'm sorry. All right. Let's go over the model. Sleeper and sleeper only for fantasy leagues. Chase, Yahoo has the interface is worse, the functioning is worse. Go on sleeper and you'll thank me later, I promise you. Any idea why Matt Collins dropped from 16.5 to 12.5? I've been trying to figure that out, honestly, all day. I don't get it. The lines, like his role is too inconsistent for me to just blindly trust it and take it. But I definitely support the play if that's what you want to play. Let me pull up the projections for you guys. All right. I got to stop sharing my screen and add the new one. Oh, I know what I have to do. Hold on. Share screen. Come on, cooperate with me here. Hey, what was that? Sorry about that. Think the Lions cover? I think they win, bud. No, me and JJ actually picked that as our upset of the week. If you guys got a chance to watch that game, so I do have. Always have units on the Lions, anyways, but I do have units laid down more than usual on the Lions because of that this week. Dude, my computer does not like me today. I was supposed to go live like 30 minutes before I actually did because my computer was fighting with me this morning. And it doesn't want me to share my screen right now either. Come on. Here we go. We got it. All right, so you guys can see this now. We're looking at receiving yards to start. Tyreek Hill, obviously, juiced to the absolute moon. Projected 150 yards. Let me see if I can zoom in so you guys have a better view of this. Okay, this does not want to work with me right now. All right, we'll just zoom in. Tyreek Hill, his lines are absolutely crazy because the data on him right now through 6 weeks is absolutely crazy. So take that with a grain of salt. Keenan Allen has been great this season, and not only has he been great, but Chiefs play a lot of man coverage. He's really the only one in that Chargers offense that gets man coverage. And Chiefs play a lot of press coverage. And believe it or not, he's actually the best wide receiver up to this point of the season against press coverage. So the Chiefs defense is tough, but he should have a good game. Brandon Ayuk against Minnesota. That Minnesota secondary is Swiss cheese. I think I'm estimating this with Debo and CMC out. So if that remains true, Ayuk is going to have an absolute day. DJ Moore, his lines are still too low. I don't care if it's a back quarterback in. His usage is insane. Jerry Jeudy has a great matchup. He's their best receiver against cover 3, and Green Bay plays a lot of cover 3. Josh Reynolds, I think this line is low because Jameson Williams is starting to get some usage, but his routes are still the same, and Jameson Williams is getting like 3 targets a game. So this line should realistically be in the mid to high 40s. We're getting a nice little discount on it. I like it. Mark Andrews, he historically, not just this season, he eats versus cover 4, and that's what the Lions play a lot of. The only thing, and I'm pretty sure every reception he's had against cover 4 this season has been for 10 plus yards, which is super promising. So I do really like Andrews as well. It's really just the weather. Gabe Davis, what's his face? Bill Belichick loves to shut down teams' wide receiver ones, or first options, which is Stephon Diggs. So if he is able to do that, then Gabe Davis should have a great game. Kendrick Bourne against Buffalo. Don't love it. AJ Brown. I know the projections like this. I know it's been my wagon. I don't love it today. I think with the bend don't break method of Miami and the fact that Miami's going to probably let them run a lot, I think AJ Brown sees less usage than he has so far this season. Excuse me. Josh Jacobs, love it. This is probably my favorite play so far this week. Chicago plays a lot of cover 2. He plays the most cover 2, and he absolutely eats versus cover 2. Christian Watson versus Denver. He's their number one option now. Denver defense is horrible. He's seeing full usage again. Go ahead and take him with confidence. Michael Wilson, one of the most under-the-radar rookies that nobody has talked about this season. He's been great. Josh Dobbs has made an effort to go and find him. I think there was one game where he had one target in the fourth quarter, and then Josh Dobbs came up to him after the game and said, "There's no reason I should only find you one time in the fourth quarter." And then the next game he went off. So this is great. The only thing that worries me is Seattle. Ever since Witherspoon and Tariq Woolen have both been healthy, Witherspoon has been playing in the slot, and he's been great. And Mike Wilson is a big slot guy. So that's the only reason I didn't play it myself. Kobe Myers, great numbers, but back quarterback, I don't know how much Hoyer is going to target him. BJ's asking if I think Andrew's going to get 4.5 receptions. I do. Where are we? Stephon Diggs, already talked about that a little bit with Gabe Davis, but good matchup. Just depends on how Belichick plays him. Amari Cooper, not sure how healthy Watson is. Jonnu, I think Pitts is somewhere around here too. For whatever reason, Tampa Bay allows a lot of targets to tight ends. TJ Hawkinson, I'm just going to let you guys know right now, if you're listening to this, I'm going to be playing his receptions, not his yards. But I'm absolutely playing TJ Hawkinson. I think it's Monday Night Football, not Sunday Night Football. Monday Night Football. Lamar or Ritter pass attempts? Probably Lamar. Brian Robinson, I'd take his rushing receiving if you play it. Giants are just bad all around. Monroe St. Brown, absolute dog. Nothing's changed there. Noah Gray, it's weird to say Noah Gray's super high on this list, and Travis Kelce is going to be on the lower end. You'll see. Where is he? Yeah, Travis Kelce is the lowest. One, I think some of the data is skewed because I think one of the Chargers' main coverages he had like one big play against, but he also might just have that big play against the Chargers, so I don't hate it. Durham Smythe, never playing him. Aguilar, he's slowly been like the wide receiver 2 for the Ravens, and everybody's just ignoring it. Rashee Rice, I just don't know how many routes he gets, but he has a good matchup. Slayton has a good matchup. Mike Evans, good matchup. No Fant, don't love his usage, but good matchup. Mac Hollins, this makes no sense to me. He should be way higher. Cooper Kupp, great matchup. James Cook, also great matchup. New England runs a lot of cover 2 as well. I might play this actually. Curtis Samuel, great spot. I talked about how the Giants, they give up the most yards per reception, but it's mostly yards after carry. That's right where Curtis Samuel fits in. Ramondre, you guys know I love. Laporta just needs to be healthy. Jalen Waddle, great spot. Just depends on how much they have the ball. Pacheco, love. Gibson, solid. Josh Downs, great spot. I think there'll just continue to be value on his lines. Marvin Mims, if he got real usage, this line would be at like 65.5. I have no idea what Sean Payton has against this guy. George Pickens, stay away until we figure out what his role is with Deontay back. Somebody asked Puka 60.5 yards. Where is Puka? I have him projected 65.4. There you go. Jameson Williams. This line is just way too low. I'm sorry. He's going to soar. Pittman solid. Devontae Adams. This is without even accounting for what he said in the media, so he's probably going to soar. Jalen Hyatt, great matchup. It's really just about how many routes they give him, but I think he's in a spectacular spot. Let's see who else. I was so close to putting Marquise Brown on my list. I laddered him because he has the most unrealized air yards in the NFL, and the Seahawks have been really good against the deep ball lately, but that's also because they've been playing teams who aren't good at the deep ball. So Dobbs has missed him on a lot of deep balls, but then there's also been a couple where it's like heel on the line, dropped pass, or like bad call by the ref where he got both feet in bounds. Like there was so much. Jahmyr Gibbs, he's gonna soar. Let's see if we can get one last second ladder in, since we've gone over most of the overs. Who should we ladder? I'm thinking, dude, we might have to nuke Jameson Williams. I'm gonna do it on bet. Actually, let's see which line has the best, or which app has the best line. Oh, FanDuel has the best line, I'm pretty sure. Let's check Hard Rock. That way Pickett can track it. Somebody said I took Stafford over pass attempts. I feel it should be a pass-heavy game script. It definitely will be. Like, I don't know who follows Jordan Vanek on Twitter, but he made the joke that it's like every analyst is trying to tweet their thoughts on the backfield for the Rams, but the real answer is they're just not going to run the ball. They're going to throw it 50 times, and I think that's 100% accurate. All right, receiving yards for Jameson Williams, 17.5 on here. What is on Bet365? I might drop some real units on it, honestly. Player receiving yards, 17.5 on there. I can get it for 25 at plus 160. So I say probably lay a unit on the 17.5 and then ladder quarter unit on 50 and 75 units. That's one catch. Exactly, Gav. Gav knows ball. I love that. I love that. Are they going to give me... they're not giving rush receiving. Oh, I'm going to ladder Jahmyr Gibbs too. Come on. Don't spaz out on me now. We got 1 minute until game time. Bet365 does not like me. Jesus. All right, we got 1 unit in on Jameson Williams. Bet365 is scared of me laddering him, apparently. Alternate receiving yards. Are they going to give it to me? This is way worse value than Bet365, though. NFL. Where's Lions? Come on, let me get this in. And let's get Jahmyr Gibbs as well. All right, here we go. Getting Jahmyr Gibbs, Jameson Williams, 25. 25. Let me place it, please. I know it's 1 o'clock. Let's go. We got it in. Let's go. Good luck, everybody. Let's have a great day. I'll be going live earlier in future weeks. I will say I'm gonna try and go live on next Sunday, but I do have nose surgery to fix my broken nose on Tuesday, so it depends on how I'm feeling. If I can't go live, I'll try and see if Austin or JJ can go live in my place. But this is something that we're going to try to make a weekly thing. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and we'll try and do it earlier in future weeks. Today, I had my computer, even during the video is happening, it was just fighting with me all morning. I was trying to go live at 11:30. Expect that to be the time we go live in the future. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and good luck today. Let's win some money.